yesterday I was watching the Lilo and Stitch featuring Anna Kasparian show, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Y'all saw my video. I didn't make it through. I couldn't. It was too much, right? I couldn't fucking handle it anymore, right? It happens, right? You know. But I kind of wish I would have went the distance, you know, like Rocky Balboa in that famous movie, Rocky. You ever see it? Go check it out. I wish I would have went the distance because I missed out on some bangers. And a couple of people let me know some of the bangers I missed out on. And, I don't even, like, there's no introduction for this. Like, I'm just going to be honest with you. There's no introduction for this. Right? Now, the caption from Scarlet Red here does not accurately portray just how insane this shit, right? By the way, the Lilo and Stitch show, they invited me on their show. I'm going on there on the 18th, pending any disinvitation, which happens to me frequently for whatever reason, right? So we'll see. But these guys invited me on their show, so that's happening, apparently. That being said, you are not ready for this. Okay, I'm just telling you. Okay, I want you to understand how unprepared you are. Okay, I want you to really just like sit back, open your mind for a moment here, and just get ready. Because if you haven't seen it yet, man, just get ready. Okay, because it's some crazy shit. Yo, this video is not playing.
Look, I'm not gonna lie.
Let me raise the volume here, because this fucking shit, man. Everyone knows how to screen record, but no one knows how to do sound mixing.
Sometimes I'm a little scared or like, I'm afraid of like talking to people who are outside of my race because I don't know if I'm going to unintentionally step in it, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's, and I hate that.
And these motherfuckers are like, yeah, man. I hate talking to people outside my race. I feel you. Yo, okay. I'm sorry. Instant replay.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I'm a little scared or like, I'm afraid of like talking to people who are outside of my race because I don't know if I'm going to unintentionally step in it, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's, and I hate that. I hate that.
Right.
Like, there's this like, I don't know. It's like frigid, because like if all of the message is toward me and people who, you know, I'm Armenian, but still they call me white passing. So, you know, just got to go with that, right? If people who look like me are constantly told, you are inherently racist. Okay, you are inherently a bad person.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if that's the start, and I had this debate with Cenk when it came to our rhetoric in regard to the other side, right? If the starting off point is, you are trash, and we think you're evil.
Yeah, totally.
Then how does that, you're never going to move in a better direction. You're not going to move the country in a better direction. You're not going to improve race relations. You're going to make it worse. And that is what I see happening. I think a lot of the division is due to the backlash to that kind of rhetoric. And I think that, look, I think racism exists for sure. Do I think the majority of white people are racist? Do I think white people are inherently racist? No, I do not.
Yo. Dude. In case you missed it, like in case you just came here.
Sometimes I'm a little scared or like, I'm afraid of like talking to people who are outside of my race because
Yo, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. Like, yo, okay, I'm sorry. What the fuck? I'm sorry. But like, again, if I would have actually encountered this moment yesterday, wow. I regret stopping short yesterday because, wow, yo, she literally went on a public show and said, I'm afraid to talk to black people because they're mean to me. I'm not even gonna fucking lie to you motherfuckers. That is the funniest shit in the world. This bitch went in public and said, I'm afraid to talk to black people. Why though? I want you to ask yourself why. Ask yourself why. Because Olayemi made a video where she made fun of Anna Kasparian. That's why. I'm telling you, this all stems from Olayemi making fun of her one fucking time, dude. one fucking time, and this bitch has like melted down like to the raw, like, you know, like when you find copper pipe and you melt it down to the raw copper and then sell it or whatever. That's this bitch. She is melting down into raw racism because a black person made a video calling her out on stupid bullshit that had nothing to do with race, by the way. It was about transgender rights. But I mean, like, yo, why? No, I'm telling you, why? And under what circumstance does anyone feel like it's an acceptable move to go into a public fucking video and say, go on some VTuber show with some guy with, like, bisexual lighting? I don't know what's going on with Adam here. He's got some bisexual lighting. So we got a VTuber and we got some bisexual lighting. Okay, I'm in. But, like, and then just tell everyone you're afraid to talk to black people. I mean, that's insane. That's insane, okay? Wow. Okay, like, I just want to do it again.
A lie. Sometimes I'm a little scared or like I'm afraid of like talking to people who are outside of my race because I don't know if I'm going to unintentionally step in it, right?
Yeah.
Like there's
And then these dumb motherfuckers are like, yeah, man, it's like, every time I talk to, like, you know, fucking, like, Latinx people, it's like, man, I don't even know what I'm allowed to say, bro. It's like, every time I talk to, like, the, you know, Indian man, it's like, I don't even know, like, how can I just not be racist? Like, you know, I see someone who's, like, a Sikh, and I'm thinking, like, how do I just not be racist right now, man? Like, I'm just, like, I'm looking at somebody who's, like, maybe Aboriginal, and I'm thinking, like, whoa, I really want to be racist right now, so it's probably better for me if I don't even talk to them. Like, dude, I mean, I'm serious. How the fuck? Let's do it again. I'm sorry.
Like, I'm afraid of like talking to people who are outside of my race because I don't know if I'm going to unintentionally step in it, right?
Yeah.
Like there's and I hate that. Right. Like there's this like,
fuck, she's gonna step in it. What are you talking about, dude? Like, fuck. Okay, now let's game it out. Let's bust out the flow chart here, okay? Everybody, bear with me. To all you motherfuckers that have the ability to close your eyes and see pictures, I know not everyone can do that, but I can, so I'm just gonna do this in that way. Close your eyes, picture a whiteboard, okay? We're gonna have a flow chart on this motherfucker. Let's game this out. Okay, you're Anna Kasparian. You obviously hate black people. You hate everyone who's not you, right? Obviously. I mean, come the fuck on now. Anyone willing to debate that at this point, like, please fucking calm down. So you hate black people, but, like, you know, you live in a country that has black people, right? So you're thinking, like, it's like, you know, like this is like, I cross the street when a black person is on the same sidewalk as me. Like, this is like that energy, right? Like, what the fuck, man? Right? Like, now, but let's game it out. So you're gonna talk to a black person, and you're gonna, quote unquote, step in it, right? Okay, what does that mean, right? Maybe let's do some self-analysis here, right? Why do you think, if you're going to talk about, or to black people, that you feel it's inevitable that you will, quote unquote, step in it? Why do you feel that? Maybe, I don't know, self-analysis, right? Okay, but again, flowchart, right? She goes out there, she talks to a black person, right? Part one, she doesn't step in it. Things are great. Well, now what? Now, like, whoa, I just talked to a black person without being scared for my life and everything went fine. That would be a learning experience. She doesn't want to have a learning experience. She's afraid of a learning experience. But wait. Okay, so she talks to a black person. It happens, right? You know, it's America. We live in a melting pot. There's black people everywhere, right? So she talks to a black person, and then, because she's a racist, she inevitably steps in it, right? Now again, get the arrows in your flowchart, right? What is that going to look like? So she's going to say some fucked up shit, and then maybe that black person would be like, yeah, that's actually wrong, right? And then, branch point. Anna Kasparian goes on the Lilo and Stitch show and talks about how she's afraid to talk to black people. Branch point. Other one, this is like the logical conclusion. This is where rational, intelligent people would go. Oh, I fucked up. I made a mistake. Fuck. It happens. Not everyone is perfect all the time. I, quote unquote, step in it, right? It happened, whatever, okay? You're a racist. You still have to go through that. All right. So wouldn't that also be a learning experience? Right? Like, either way, it's a learning experience. She's literally going on TV saying, I'm afraid to talk to black people, man. Like, oh, yo, I mean motherfuck, okay? Motherfuck. I mean shitfuck. I mean cocksucking shit ass. I don't even know how else to properly, like, this bitch has been a fucking, like, media professional for nearly 20 years. This bitch has been a media professional for, like, what? I think she said 17 years in this show when I watched it, yes. She has been in media for 17 years. And this is what she has to show for it. Think about that, man. Think about it. Think about it. Think about doing anything for 17 years. Okay? Think about doing anything for 17 years. And then 17 years go by. And what do you have to show for it? Right? Like, right? Like, think about it. She spent 17 years being a media professional. And at the end of it, she is dumber than when she got in. If that's even possible. Like, wow. I mean, I can't imagine dedicating that much time to something and having nothing to show for it. Nothing. Like, I can't imagine. Like, I'm only 27. 17 years ago, I was 10 years old. Right? Like, so I haven't even been alive long enough to even possibly experience failure to this degree. You know what I mean? Like, we're talking about an epic fucking fail. Like, we're talking about the most epic of all fails of all time. She has spent 17 years being a professional media host. And at the end of that, she's just afraid of anyone outside of her race. And she's going on the Lilo and Stitch show to talk about it instead of, I don't know. Imagine if she said this shit on the Young Turks main show. Like, imagine if her and Cenk were arguing, like, Anna's like, you know, I'm just afraid to talk to black people. And Cenk's like, what? Like, just imagine how that would go. Like, I mean, fuck! You know what I mean? Yo, I'm telling you, motherfuckers. I'm starting to feel bad for her now. Now, not enough for me to reverse course on the warpath here. But it's like, we really also need to understand that above all else, she is exactly like Dave Rubin. Dave Rubin is a dumb fuck. To his core. To his core. Inside out. Okay? And so is Anna Kasparian. This bitch went on a fucking like, this is recorded. It's on tape. Like, I mean, I can't even imagine saying this in private. I can't imagine, like, I'm just gonna play it again. I mean, it was...
I'm afraid of, like, talking to people who are outside of my race because I don't know if I'm going to unintentionally step in it, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's, and I hate that. I hate that.
She went... Now, imagine saying that in private, right? Like, imagine telling any other human being on planet Earth that you're afraid to talk to people outside of your race. Imagine saying that to any other person. But then imagine saying that on tape. It's being fucking recorded. Everyone's gonna see it for the rest of your life. Like, I mean, yo, like, I've done embarrassing shit on tape. I'm telling you, right? I feel it. I know what it's like to do embarrassing shit on tape. I've done it before. In fact, some would even say I'm doing it right now. But it's like, wow, man. Wow. Let's just play it again.
Afraid of, like, talking to people who are outside of my race because I don't know if I'm going to unintentionally step in it, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's, and I hate that. I hate that.
Right.
Like, there's this, like, I don't know.
Like, she hates that, right? So she hates it. So again, bust out the flow chart. Close your eyes. So she hates that she feels like she can't talk to anyone outside of her race. So we have two options, right? Option one, it's an evil force in the atmosphere, you know? It's like, you know, when it's so humid that you can just feel it? You know what I mean? Like, there's some force. It's like a fifth dimensional kind of thing. Like, forcing black people to hate her because, who knows? It's totally not because they're saying racist shit. Totally not, right? And Like, so there's two options. She can either look internally and think, why am I afraid to talk to people outside of my race? Is it something wrong with me? Or it's a fucking evil force out there. Woo! That is convincing all the non-white passing people that all the white passing people are evil. Ah! Woo! Like, yo, I'm serious, man. This bitch, I'm telling you, she is dumb as hell. I'm telling you, I said this yesterday, okay? The through line, the most important thing about all of this Anna Kasparian bullfuck, the one thing I think you need to know above all else is that this bitch is a dumb motherfucker. That's it. Right? Everything else starts to make a lot more sense when you fully understand that she is just a stupid fucking idiot. She's a dummy. She's a dum-dum. She's Dave Rubin, but again, in a pressure cooker. Like, what? I just gotta play it again, man. I'm sorry. I know I'm milking it, but fuck me. Speaking of milk, just check out what we got coming up next, okay?
Sometimes I'm a little scared or like I'm afraid of like talking to people who are outside of my race because I don't know if I'm going to unintentionally step in it, right?
Yeah.
Like there's
Yo, I can't get over the fact that these dumb motherfuckers are like, yeah, man, yeah, that is like, I was like talking to like a black person the other day, and then I like just said the N-word because, you know, I love saying the N-word, and then the black person was like, man, that's not cool, and then I was like, what? Man, I'm just not gonna talk to black people anymore. You're like, dude, I mean, seriously, why would anyone ever say this in public? Why would anyone ever say? Now again, we all elephant in the room. Are there black people that maybe are not intelligent? Sure. In the same way that there's white passing motherfuckers that are also not intelligent. Humans in general have the capacity to not be intelligent. Why the fuck are you bringing the race involved? Why is that like the focal point? Why can't Anna Kasparian say, I'm afraid to talk to people because sometimes they're stupid and they'll like, that's a whole different thing. Why do you have to bring race in? I'm afraid to talk to non-white passing people because like, I mean, like, I'm just trying to fucking understand what the fuck this bitch is on. What is this fucking shit, man? Oh my god. Now imagine, like, cause first, right, she went on a fucking turf brigade. Trans people are icky and dumb, we hate them. And then the only trans contributor at TYT left. Now, right, she is shifting. Now again, I've got corroborating evidence. I've got, this morning, I'm talking like 30 minutes before my show started, she was talking about, she was whitewashing Martin Luther King Jr. and basically doing the Martin Luther King Jr. would be a Republican if he were alive today routine, right? That's what she did this morning, right? This morning, okay? So I gotta ask you, to all the black people that work at TYT, to all the, I guess, non-white passing people that work at TYT, are you really gonna let this fucking shit slide, man? Are you really gonna let this shit slide, yo? Like, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. She is speedrunning this shit. This is a pressure cooker, right? This is Dave Rubin, Jimmy Dore with the Potara earrings thrown into a pressure cooker, man. This is some crazy ass shit, and I'm here for it. I love watching this, man. I love watching people destroy their own careers because, you know, it's entertaining. And then it leaves a power vacuum. So think about that.